Hello Stampin' friends and welcome. This is Dee Osburn and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and today I have brought something to you that has been on my mind for a while. I have made this little bag that is the perfect size for you if you do canning or anything like that, or for just a small little gift. So we do a lot of canning around here. Actually, we do a lot of pickling around here. And also, I like to make almond butter for my coworkers. I'm a teacher, and when we go back to school in the fall, or sometimes, you know, like for a holiday or something like that, I like to give them a little jar of almond butter. This is my jar that I took out of the cabinet, but you get the idea. And sometimes I even do a bigger jar. See, here's some of the pickling that we do. This is still a small jar, but this is sweet pickle relish, and it's delicious. It's like the best you can get when you make it yourself and you know exactly what's in it. So the gift bag that I am going to show you how to make today fits these two items perfectly, and it also fits the little bit of a taller one. This is also sweet pickle relish. It fits this taller one too. Now, my next idea is to make one that will fit the taller, you know, jar, the quart, and maybe even like the half-gallon, you know, size, but the bigger ones, you know. So tune back in tomorrow and I will have that bigger one for you. But today we are going to make a little gift bag that will fit those kinds of things. And I thought also, what a great idea, you know, if you have a crafting friend, or maybe you're a demonstrator and you want to give a little thank you gift, if someone like joins your team, or, you know, maybe you're just having an event or something like that, and you want just a little, I dropped something, you want to just have a little thank you gift or something like that, it's perfect size for these kinds of things too. So let's get to it, because it's super easy. You're just going to use one sheet of designer series paper. One sheet. 112 by 12 piece. How cool is that, right? I think the bigger one will use, you know, more than one, but for this one you only need one. And it's so easy. This is such a quick little video. I was just so happy to be able to jump on here and show you this real quick. All right, so the first thing you're going to do is take your 12 by 12 piece of paper, whatever paper you want. So this is from the Daffodil Afternoon paper. And I would suggest that you use something that you like both sides, because we're going to make a little trim for it. So around the top of the bag. So it's super cute. All right, so what you're going to do, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to score it on all four sides at 4 1/4. So we've got 4 1/4. So make sure that you push your cutting edge up out of the way so that you don't accidentally cut your paper. So 4 1/4, we're going to score it. We're going to turn it and score it at 4 1/4 on all four sides. Okay, so score, that makes 2, and then score it at 4 1/4 again. And one more time at 4 1/4. All right. So now you've got 4, it's scored on 4 sides at 4 1/4. Okay? So then you're going to, on 2 of the opposite sides, and it doesn't matter which side you choose. You just want to make sure that you do it on the same side, and then the opposite side. You're going to cut, excuse me, you're going to cut that score line, excuse me, that was at 4 1/4. Okay, you have that score line right there. You're going to bring your cutting blade back down, and you're going to cut up to the score line. And then you're going to do that on the opposite side. So push your blade all the way back up and score down, cut down to your score line on that side. Okay, so you're going to do opposite sides. And I think I might have cut just a little bit too far on that one. All right, so then you're going to turn it, and you're going to do the same thing here. So 4 1/4. Now remember, I'm on the same, cutting on the same side, so you don't want to cut perpendicular, right? All right, so 4 1/4, I'm on that score line. I'm going to trim up to where I scored it before. Okay, then you're going to lift it and push your blade all the way up and score down to, and be careful, last time I scored too far. It's better to score a little short, and then you can, you know, snip it with your snippers than to cut too far, okay? So now we're going to, let's see, we're going to put this away for just a minute. We're going to use it again, but first thing we're going to do is go ahead and fold those score lines, okay? Fold them all up. And I like to do it like this so that I have a nice visual, and to make sure that I am, you know, folding it straight, okay, because I can see that everything matches, all right? And now I'm going to do this. I'm going to do the opposite side, because that other one only has one score line, and it's really easy. So fold this one up, fold all 3 of them up, and line them up, and crease that score line. Okay, it's a nice square little bag. You know, you can't really find square gift bags, and every year, or all the time, it's not even every year, it's all the time, because I give gifts. I like to give gifts, so I do it quite often, and especially little thank you gifts, show someone some appreciation. And you can't find a square one, you know, and so when you have the one that just has a little tiny, you know, bottom in it, things that are wide like this, they don't fit. So I'm so happy that I'm making these. I'm going to make a bunch of them for the beginning of next year. All right, so now what we're going to do is we have this side that's cut. So I'm going to show you why we're going to do this. So if you were to put this, you know, you're going to eventually put this up and you're going to glue it, right? But look, it's too long right here. So we have to trim that off. And this is where you have to be careful. You're only going to trim the 2 edges. So you want to fold that middle piece up so that you don't accidentally trim that. And you bring your trimmer back in. Okay. And put it in there. And you're going to only trim off 1/4 inch. And the easiest way to do that is, you know, you have your 1 inch on this side. So use that as your guide. Fold that middle piece in. Put your paper at 1/4 inch. Okay, because it's gonna cut right here. And if you put the edge at 1/4 inch, you're actually trimming off much more than 1/4 inch. But you use that 1/4 inch as a guide. So put your paper at the 1/4 inch mark. Okay, and you're gonna trim, and you're gonna trim. Okay, and you're going to save these pieces, because these pieces are going to go along the top, or if you decide to use this side, which I think I will, I like that a little bit better, that's going to be our trim along the top. So now you're going to turn it, and you're going to fold your middle piece up. You're going to use the 1/4 inch mark that's to the right of the cutting line, and you're going to cut and cut. Super simple, okay? And save those pieces, okay? All right, so now we're gonna put our trimmer away. We're done with the trimmer. And we're gonna start gluing. So we're gonna glue this side first. So you just take I used multi-purpose glue, just because I like to have the wiggle room that it gives you to move stuff around. But if you want to use tape or tear and tape or whatever you want to use, you know, you're just going to glue it together now. So let's put glue on here like this. And then stand it up and pull this over to it. And this piece should fit right flush in that corner, okay? And these pieces fit together perfectly right here. So you're just going to turn it, and what I'm doing here on the inside, I'll do this so you can see. Okay, on the inside I'm just gluing it, right? Then we're going to put glue on this flap. Okay, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to lift this up and put this flush in the crease and put those pieces together. Okay, so here's my inside again. You can see I'm just making sure it's nice and flush and glued down. And there's part of it. Oh, I was going to do it the other way. Oh well. We'll do it this way. I think it would have been cuter the other way, but too late now. It's okay. I wanted to use this side and put the flower. Wouldn't that have been cute? To have the flowers on the top of that. That would have been super cute. But oh well, we'll do it this way. It's okay. All right, so now you're going to glue together your other side, okay? So we're going to put glue on, fold this out so you can see it, on the flap. Doesn't matter which one you put the glue on, as long as you're gluing the flaps together, okay? So we're gonna glue this flap, push that in, put it in the crease, and nice and flush, right? Okay. Make sure, you know, you have that little bit of wiggle room so when you put this together you can see whether or not it's flush. If you look on the inside you can see. So make sure you get that nice and flush. Okay, then you're going to glue this side. Okay, and put that in that little crease right there and fold it in, making it nice and flush. Isn't that nice? I have this perfect little square bag. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these pieces and I'm not going to trim them. Maybe the last one I'll trim. We'll see. Okay, you're going to, depending on which paper you use and what pattern you use as to whether or not you'll trim the last one. So I'm going to put this along the top like that. So I'm going to put some glue all the way. Even though it's longer, it's okay, all the way across that piece. And then I'm going to put it on there nice and flush, and it's going to poke around the side. That's okay. Okay, because now I'm going to take it, I'm going to give this a minute to kind of stick and dry a little bit, and then I'm going to hold it right here on the corner, and I'm just going to bend that piece around and pinch it. Okay, because I don't want to see an edge right here. I just don't want to see that edge. Okay, then I'm going to take another piece and I'm going to put glue on it, and I'm going to put it right here. I'm going to cover that because I don't want that extra piece, you know, to show that I kind of went around the edge. And I'm going to do the same thing, nice and flush with the top. I don't mind seeing, whoa, I don't mind seeing this edge here because it's the same paper. If I were to cut it and make it flush, you'd see this paper underneath it, and I don't want to see that. Okay, so we're putting this on here nice and flush. We're going to turn it, we're going to hold it, we're going to turn it and pinch it. Okay, we'll do that again with this piece. Make it flush. Put it across here like that. Okay. Flush with the top, flush with the side. Okay. Glue that on. Give it a minute to kind of stick real good. Okay. hold it in the corner, fold it over, and pinch. Then make sure you have it nice and flush. You don't want it sticking up. Okay, and then the last one, you'll decide whether or not you're going to trim it when you get to that point. So let's put it on there. Same thing. You're going to put it on there like that, on the corner, flush with the top, flush with the bottom, all the way to the edge. And then, so you have to decide, do you want to cut it off or do you want to turn it? Okay, so what I'm going to do, because I don't want that much of it sticking out, so I'm going to trim it even with this piece right here. So I'm going to trim it right here on this line. Just going to trim it like that. And then I'm going to turn it, I'm going to hold it, turn it, and pinch. See, and then now it's nice and it goes right like that. So you don't really, you can't really tell that that piece comes over. Now, if you don't want that, you can trim it flush with the corner. That's up to you, whatever look you want. Okay, so now here's our cute little bag. All right, so then the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to put handles on here. So to do the handles, you just get a hole punch. This one, Stampin' Up! Used to sell these, but it's just a regular old kind of, hole punch. So you're going to, if you want it like this, you're going to, figure out which side you want to be kind of smushy. Okay, and so I'm going to put 2 holes. So, and you don't have to measure this, you just, kind of eyeball this part. Oh, and it's hard because you have, several layers that you have to cut through, and right now my glue is a little bit wet, so, just work at it till you get it almost all the way through. There we go. Okay, it's much easier. I just did another one where when the glue was dry and it worked really easily. Okay, so just punch your hole. There we go. Okay. Okay, there's one hole, and then punch another hole. Okay, so I got that side done. Let's turn it and do the other side. Helps if you hold the hole punch on the right side. Okay. And then we'll do this one. All right. So then you just take a piece of ribbon, and I took this new ribbon that's in the new mini. It's called Silver. Oh, I got a message. It's called Silver. What is this called? Silver Threaded Twine. Okay, and I took 16 inches of it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it through this way. Okay, on both sides. Just because it's easier to do it this way. And then I'm going to pull it all the way through and tie it like this. I just find it easier to do this way. So you're just going to tie a square knot. Okay. And tighten it up. It'd be nice if you had, like more hands, right? So let's hold this and we'll tighten it. There we go. Okay. Now, you have a choice at this point. After you tie your knot, you can either have your knot up here at the top, or you can pull it through and not have it at the top. If you pull it through, you might want to trim it a little bit, okay? So I think for this ribbon, I don't know. We'll see when we're done which way we like it, because, you know, I kind of like that look right there, but I'm not sure that I like the look at the top. But we'll see once we get it all done. All right, so let's tie the other side. So you're gonna get 16 inches of your ribbon, okay? And you're going to put it through on this side, and then you're going to tie it in a square knot. You could tie a bow if you wanted. This ribbon doesn't tie bows that easily because it's twine. So, you know, you have to kind of decide based on what ribbon you're using. Because, you know, there were so many options here, and this was the one that I went with. All right, so I like the way that turned out, like that. I don't know why this one didn't go like that. I don't know. All right, so now, like I said, you have to decide, do you want it up like this, or do you want it like this? And I think for this one, I like it like this. We're gonna push that down in there like that, okay? Now, we're ready to put our gift in here, aren't we? Look, isn't that cute? Just the cutest little gift bag. So now you can either put a taller one in there, or I designed this for my almond butter, okay? Or you could put in your, a little, this, you know, this size, what is this? Pickle relish, yeah. Or if you wanted to do like a little, if you have a crafter friend and you wanted to like give them a couple of rolls of ribbon, okay, you could put that in there. It'd be perfect for that kind of thing, right? You could put several of them in there. You could also put in, like I said before, you know, a little bit of glue and some maybe glue dots. You could throw some glue dots in there. You could throw some dimensionals in there. Oops, some dimensionals in there. Maybe a little glue. That'd be a cute little thank you gift, or a present even, because these things, you know, add up, right? But I'm going to put in this one because that's the size of the almond butter that I'm going to do at the beginning of the year, school year in August. And then you can take your tissue paper. Get my tissue paper. I went with pink, of course, you know, because I love pink. And then you just put your tissue paper in there. This one, I think I'm gonna, since it's short, I think I'm going to not make this quite so tall. I'm going to cut this into fourths. So I'm going to take my tissue paper and I'm going to cut it into fourths. So I'm going to cut it in half here. Super easy and quick. You just, you know, snip, snip, snip. And because, you know, with tissue paper, it doesn't have to be exact. So we're cutting our tissue paper into fourths. And then I'll probably use 2 pieces. Let's see. Get this cut all the way. Come on. There we go. Okay. Now, bring back my little gift. I want to put a couple of, oh yeah, look how cute that is. Couple of little pieces here. I think 2 will probably do it. If you're a person who likes a lot of tissue paper, put more tissue paper in there. But I think that's perfect. Look at that. What a cute little gift. Just super duper cute. And there's your little handles. And you have just the perfect little thank you gift. How adorable is that? I'm in love with this. I can't wait to make a whole bunch more. So if you liked this video, please like, share, and subscribe. That would make me just so happy. I would love that if you did that. And leave me a comment and tell me what you think about this. And I'll comment back to everybody who comments to me. And also, tune in tomorrow for a larger size bag. It'll still be a square bag, but it'll be for the larger, you know, jars, so that you could fit, you know, a larger jar in there. And this one's for the shorter jars. Okay? Thanks for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this. Please leave me a comment. I will comment back to you and come back to see me. All right? Have a great day.